For most service-based businesses, the chances are you are looking to track phone calls as well as form submissions inside Google Ads. And in today's video, we're going to show you how to track every type of phone call, including those from call extensions, call-only ads, and calls from your landing page as well. And phone calls are arguably the most important leads to track because they generally convert into actual paying customers at the highest rate. And regardless of the type of lead you are tracking, it's impossible to optimize your Google Ads account over time without making sure that you have conversion tracking set up. So firstly, we'll get into how to set up call conversion tracking for call extensions and from call only ads, as those are the two easiest and most simple conversion actions and tracking to set up. So firstly, if you're looking to generate calls from your actual call extension or call asset as it's now called, you can go to assets inside your campaign and press call. And what you want to do first of all to actually add a new call asset is just press the blue plus icon first of all. And all you have to do to add this call extension is make sure it's added at the campaign level first of all, rather than a specific ad group. And then all you have to do is just make sure that you have the correct country selected and then enter in the phone number. So we're not using this as a real campaign, so we can just enter in this as an example. But you just want to make sure that you have the correct country selected and enter in the phone number that you want to use. And then all you have to do is press save. And then what you want to do to make sure that phone calls are actually being tracked from this call extension is you want to go to create conversion action, and this will show you the new way of setting up conversion tracking as well, as it's changed from the old way which it was for a long time. But you want to make sure that conversions from phone calls are selected and just press continue, and then you just scroll down to phone call lead and then add conversion actions and go to calls from ads because it's from the call asset itself. And then we can edit the settings to make sure that it's being set up correctly. And we can call this whatever you want to call it, but make sure you mention it's from the asset or call extension so that you can distinguish it from your other call extensions, so that you can distinguish it from your other conversion actions. But we can call this one calls from call extension, I'm going to say for video for this case. And for the value, then you want to make sure you do not use a value for this conversion action because it's not necessary for phone calls. For count, you can just choose 1. For call length, then we like to choose either 1 or even 0 in some cases, because you might want to track even a missed call as a conversion if you know that you're going to call back the lead a few minutes later. But we can just select this to 1 second just so we track all answered calls as conversions. And then you can leave the click-through conversion window and attribution the same and just press done. And then press save and continue and finish. And now that we've set up the call extension and the conversion action for the extension, all we have to do now is go back to the call asset itself. And once we're back inside the call asset itself here, all you have to do to make sure that conversion tracking is actually working is change the conversion action to the name of the conversion action that we just set up, which was calls from call extension for video, and press save. So that's all we had to do to make sure that we're actually tracking phone calls from the call extension. Now we're going to switch over to another campaign to show you how to make sure you're tracking phone calls from call only ads if you're running a call only campaign. Now what you want to do if you're actually running a call only campaign where you're running mobile ads only with the main objective of getting as many phone calls as possible, it's a very similar process to setting up conversion tracking for call extensions. So we're first just going to show you how to set up the call conversion action again, which is more or less the exact same process. So we go to create conversion action again and conversions from phone calls, phone call lead again, and add conversion actions. We're going to also go with calls from ads again. And it's the exact same process as before, except this time it's called from call only ad. And you select the exact same settings as we just done for the call extension. So we go don't use a value, count as 1, call length we can have as 1 second, leave the last two the same, and press done, and we can just save and continue again. Now what you want to do to make sure that you're actually tracking the phone calls from the call only ad itself that we just set up, you want to go to your call only ad itself. So go to your ads and go through each of your ads, and then under conversion action, which is at the very bottom of your ad, you want to select the conversion action that we just set up as well, and you can just press save new version. And the only thing to remember about this is that if you had already set up all of your ads, is that you'll need to add this as a conversion action for all of your existing ads. But what you can do is when you are making a brand new campaign, just for future reference to save you a lot of time, is that you're much better off making just your very first ad and then setting up your conversion action and conversion tracking for your call only ad. And then once the call from call only ad for video conversion action is added to that first initial ad, you're able to duplicate out that ad and multiply and duplicate multiple ad groups And that way, then you're not going to have to keep adding the conversion action manually each time because you had already done it for the first ad that you had duplicated. But if you already have all your ads made, then you will need to add the conversion action that you created to each of the ads to make sure that all the calls from any of the ads that you made are going to be tracked accurately. Now, what you want to do as well, if you're running responsive search ads and directing all your traffic to a landing page, is that you most likely will have a call button on your landing page as well on mobile, where you will be looking to get phone calls from your landing page itself. And what we want to do now is make sure that we're actually tracking when somebody calls us from the landing page itself. So to do that, then we first will create the conversion action again inside our Google Ads account. So go back to the conversion summary table and just press create conversion action. And we're going to make sure we have conversions from phone calls selected again and press continue, and also again select phone call lead. And when we press add conversion actions this time, we're going to go with calls from website visits, and we're going to choose somebody calls a number shown on my website. And what we want to make sure we have in place here is that we enter in the exact phone number that's displayed on our landing page in here. So we're first going to add the correct country of the phone number that was on the landing page, and then we're going to copy the phone number that is on our landing page so that it matches with the displayed phone number that we want to be tracking. And once we enter that phone number in, then all we have to do is press use this event, and you can press edit settings, and you can leave the conversion name as this. I'm just going to label it for a video just for reference. And value, then you can leave as don't use as a value, and count we can leave as 1. And for our phone numbers, we already added that in, which is the phone numbers we just entered from the landing page, which is fine. And call length as well, we can just change back to 1 second and leave the last 2 as is and press done. And once we've done that, then we can press save and continue and then just press finish. And now what we want to do to make sure we're actually tracking phone call conversions when somebody calls this phone number is we want to go to tagmanager.google.com, and we can create a new account, and we can name the account whatever we want. We'll just call it for video for this case. And you can change the country to whatever country you have the mobile number set to. And for target platform, then we can choose web, and then you'll just have to name the container as well. So we can call it for video and just press create. And you want to accept terms and conditions, press yes. And then what will pop up then straight away when you make the new Google Tag Manager account is that you will have 2 tags that you need to copy into the head and body of your landing page. So you can copy the first tag, and we're going to have to go back to our landing page builder now. And so if you're using a landing page builder, I'd highly recommend using Landingly or any other landing page builder that's similar, as it makes the whole process of setting up conversion tracking so much easier than any regular website builder. And inside Landingly, or I assume any other landing page builder as well, you can go to JavaScript code where we want to add new script, and we can call the first one head tag. So we want to add this to the head position, and we want to add it to both pages, and we paste that tag in and add script. And then we want to go to add new script and then take the second tag and paste that in, and we can call this one body tag. And we can keep the position as body bottom. So under page, we'll choose both for both of them and position body bottom for the second one, and then add new script. And so once we've done that, then we can X out of this and press tags. So now we're going to add our tags. So we press new, and inside tag configuration, then we are going to go with Google Ads, and then Google Ads calls from website conversion. And now we need the displayed phone number to replace. So we're going to go back to Google Ads now to get the exact phone number that we're also using on our landing page to replace if somebody calls it. So we're going to copy the phone number that we have in place and add it in for displayed phone number. And now we need to get our conversion ID and conversion label as well, which is back inside Google Ads also. And we do that under tag setup. So you want to click into your conversion action that we just set up. And then under tag setup, we want to use Google Tag Manager and then select our conversion ID and paste that in here. Then you want to take the conversion label and paste that here. And then for triggering, then you want to go with all pages and press save. And you can leave this as is, or you can rename it whatever you like. And now what we also want to do then is go to new, and we want to make sure we have our conversion linker added in. And it's as simple as just choosing conversion linker and then going to triggering, choosing all pages and pressing save. And all you have to do then is press submit and publish and continue. And then what we want to do is go back to workspace, go to tags again, and then preview. So what we want to do is make sure we take our landing page URL and that our landing page is published, and paste that landing page URL into Tag Manager to connect it. And to know that your conversion tracking is set up correctly, is that for the tags that we just set up, you want to make sure that they come under tags fired. So the Google Ads calls from website conversion and conversion link are both fired, and other tags not fired, then we see none. So we know that we have conversion tracking accurately set up for if somebody calls us from this landing page. And as long as those tags were fired as shown inside Tag Manager, you know that you have it set up accurately. But you'll notice that inside the conversion summary table, the status will stay inactive for a while, but within a few hours it will appear as no recent conversions, even if you haven't started getting conversions yet. So you won't see the inactive status stay there for long, as long as the tags were fired correctly inside Tag Manager. So I hope this video helped and gave you clarity on how to make sure that you're tracking every type of phone call inside Google Ads. And now if you do have any questions at all about anything we mentioned inside this video or anything else related to Google Ads in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you are a service based business looking to further refine your own campaigns as well, feel free to have a look at the link in the description. And if you do like this Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully, we'll see you inside the next video.